Bristol Community College, Mathematics with Dan Avedikian, Math 132, Calculus with Applications, Section 12.2, Problem 3. This is Section 12.2, Problem number 3. We have a function f of x equals x squared plus x minus 1 times 2x to the third power minus 6x squared plus 11x plus 4. And it says, part A, what is f prime of x? What is the derivative? And part B says, what is f prime of x when x is 4? So, now let's start with A. For this function, f of x equals x squared plus x minus 1 times 2x cubed minus 6x squared plus 11x plus 4. This is a product, so we're going to apply the product rule. And if you were really dead set against using the product rule, you could do out a big, huge FOIL and combine your like terms and simplify it, but that would probably take 20 or 30 minutes, whereas with the product rule, you can probably find the answer in just maybe 3 minutes. So, as a product, the first part of the product is typically represented with a u, and the second part of the product is typically represented with a v. And the derivative, f prime of x, is u prime v plus uv prime. That's called the product rule. And now we'll fill out that formula. F prime of x. So first is u prime. So u, x squared plus x minus 1. U prime is the derivative of that. So the x squared, the derivative is 2x to the first. Again, the exponent of 2 comes down in front of the variable. And then you reduce the exponent by 1. So it's 2x to the first power, but we don't have to write the 1. We can just call it 2x. The plus x in the middle, the derivative of that is 1. This is the derivative of 1x to the first. So again, when your variable is to the first power, the derivative is simply the number in front of the variable. And the number in front really isn't written. I had just written x, but it's understood to be 1x. So the derivative is just 1. Again, watch the sign's positive 1. The minus 1 on the end has no x, so its derivative is 0. So that's u prime. Next piece is v with no prime. So v is the second set of parentheses. So I'll just copy it as is with no derivative. It is 2x to the third minus 6x to the second plus 11x plus 4. That's v with no prime. Then plus, then u with no prime. So u with no prime is the first set of parentheses. It is x squared plus x minus 1. And then finally on the end is v prime. So I'm going to take v, the second set of parentheses, and find its derivative to make v prime. So the 2x to the third becomes 6x squared. Now again, that's because the 3, the exponent, comes down times the 2, the number in front, and makes that 6. 3 times 2 is 6. Keep the x, and the exponent is reduced by 1. So the third power drops down to a second power. So that takes care of the first piece, the 2x cubed. The next piece, the minus 6x squared, will be minus 12x to the first. And where that comes from, same process. The exponent of 2 comes down times the number in front, the minus 6. And 2 times minus 6 again is negative 12. You have to pay attention to the sign. Reduce the exponent by 1. That second power drops down to a first power. The next piece, the 11x, the derivative of that is just simply 11. Again, because it's an x to the first power, the derivative is whatever the number in front is, which is an 11, positive 11. Again, you have to always watch the sign. And now the 4 on the end has no x, so its derivative is 0. So I can just let it go away. And now that's f prime of x. This will tell me the derivative or slope anywhere on the function I want for any value of x. So part B says what is the derivative, what is the f prime when x is 4. So this big long thing that could be simplified and cleaned up, I can just plug in a 4. I can plug in the 4 right now. I don't have to do out the FOIL and everything. The whole point of knowing the product rule is to avoid having to FOIL out stuff like this. So let's just put in the 4 right now. F prime of 4 equals the 2x plus 1. You're going to have 2 times 4 is 8 plus 1 more. Let me just write this as a 9, just to keep things kind of neat and consolidated. The next one I'll write out some of the in-between steps because it's such a big set of parentheses. The 2x cubed, I'm going to put in a 4 for the x. So 4 cubed is 4 times 4 times 4, which is 64, times the 2 in front is 128. So the 2x cubed becomes 128 when I put in a 4 for the x. Now the next piece, 6x squared. So if I put in a 4 for x, 4 squared is 16. 16 times the 6 in front is 96. And that's going to be negative, right? Because it's negative 6 times 16. So negative 96. And then 11 times x becomes 11 times 4, which is 44. And then there's a plus 4 on the end. And now I'll move on to the next set of parentheses. There's a plus here. So now x squared, 4 squared is 16. 4 squared is 4 times 4, which is 16. Plus x will be plus 4. The minus 1 has no x, so it stays minus 1. So there's that set of parentheses. And finally, the one on the end, 6x squared. This came up before, so it's the same as, it's going to be 96 again. X squared becomes 4 squared. 4 squared is 4 times 4, which is 16. 16 times the 6 in front is 96. Minus 12 times x becomes 12 times 4, which will be 48. And then you just have 11 on the end. So now we have to continue to simplify this down, and it'll get better and better. So it's still f prime of 4. I'll leave this 9 for the next step. Now, this set of parentheses here is pretty big. If I combine my positives and negatives, and then I'll combine it after that. So 128 plus, let's make it plus 48. So 128 plus 48 is 176. And then I'm going to have 176 minus 96. So 176 minus 96 will be positive 80. And again, you can check this on a calculator to verify it. And that finishes off this set of parentheses, the second set. So now I have a plus. And now 16 plus 4 minus 1. 16 plus 4 is 20. 20 minus 1, I'm going to have 19. And now on the end, 96 minus 48 plus 11. Well, I can see 96 minus 48 is positive 48. 48 plus 11 would be 59. So now I can multiply out the 9 times 80. 9 times 80 is 720. And now 19 times 59 is a little bit more difficult. So if I think of it as 20 times 59, it'd be a 118 with a 0. And then I'll pull off a 59. I might as well just multiply it out. 59 times 19, I'm going to have 81. 45 and 8 is 53. And then I'll have a 59. 1, 12, 11, 1121. So for the final answer, I have to add 720 plus 1,121, and that's going to be 1,841. That's the value of f prime of x when x is 4. It's 1,841.